Well, I want to give you the reality of the situation with the Donald Trump presidency. He's probably going to win because they can't fix that much on the election. Even though, I didn't even watch the debate, okay? And I know if you Google who won the debate, you probably see Hillary or something. I heard she didn't, but whatever. I didn't watch it. Now, one thing I could tell you. Now, look, don't think I'm against Donald Trump exactly, or I'm for Hillary. No way in hell. But don't expect too much to change. I'm telling you that right now. And also, we and him, if he's all really on our side, like 100%, which I don't really know, we're being led into a trap if you freaking go head over heels for one candidate. Um, Let me get on with this point. Now, first off, I want to just say this. You know, even Dwight D. Eisenhower wasn't like all what he was cracked up to be, but he goes on. Here's a quote from him: "I hate war as only a soldier who lived it can, only as one who has seen it brutally, its futility, its stupidity." Yeah, you're going head over heels, just breaking things and killing people. Even if you didn't kill anybody, it's like you're destroying all freaking property that somebody made that took umpteen years to do, and you're knocking it out overnight, right? So what the hell good is that? What the hell good is that? It's like GDP in reverse, except extremely quickly. And according to Trump, according to Cruz, and Hillary, God, she's really freaking pro-war. Hillary actually she'd be off the chart on this thing, but they talk about going to war like nothing. Now, personally, what I would do is I just get together with Russia. Now, it's not so much about trade, but also get together with Russia militarily. Total cooperation with Russia all the way. USA and Russia would run the world. That sound kind of crazy coming from me? I'm going to tell you right now. I recognize what Putin is. He's a dictator. I'm not like a Putin worshiper, but I know the reality of the situation. I think USA and Russia ought to just operate, run the whole damn freaking planet. That's the way it is. That would be my whole thing right there. Um, Now, I'm going to tell you, regardless of who becomes president, the floodgates on the economy and the whole thing, it's just coming down. There's not going to be some one person going to be elected that's going to fix everything. We've been in deep shit for a long time. Yeah, I could blame it all on the Obama administration, but I could blame it on George Bush, H.W. Bush, Bill Clinton, Ronnie Reagan, all of them. Okay, yeah, it's the Federal Reserve. I know it's all the Bank of International Settlements, it's the IMF. We're getting raked over the coals, giving money out to foreign trade, foreign countries for foreign whatever ventures we're into. Now, it's all coming down, man. The debt bomb in the United States is coming to a head, and there's nothing you can do about it. Trump's not going to be able to do anything about it either. And I'm going to tell you, oh, it's better than nothing. Well, I'm going to tell you, man, if Trump is actually 100% legit, which I doubt he is, he's going to wind up like JFK, but I don't think he is. I don't think he's all like a JFK. Um, he's hooked in with him, man. JFK was the outsider, but Trump is a lot better than anybody we've had since JFK. No doubt about it. I'll tell you that. Now, one thing I tell you on this channel, and I really want to bring out this quote a lot from John Adams. I hate the phony freaking people that talk with the $500 words. They talk all cute. I can talk cute and more educated at times if I want to. Like, in other words, if I'm getting paid the fees, right? But this is one thing, and this really goes for like the so-supposed liberals. Now, I'm a liberal in a true sense. I give a damn about people. I'm not posing about it. I personally think freaking half the jails ought to be freaking emptied out. You know what I'm saying? All this type of stuff. I think the politicians belong in jail. I think the cops and the judges, well, I don't know about the cops, but the judges maybe, I don't know. A lot of people in freaking high up, they belong in there. But this is a quote from John Adams, and this is the thing that burns me the most about cute talking, polite talking people. And that's why I actually steer towards the other way. That's why I actually talk working class on this channel when I'm doing these videos on purpose. I do it deliberately because it abhors me about these phony balonies. But be not intimidated, nor suffer yourselves to be wheeled out of your liberties by any pretense of politeness, delicacy, or decency. These, as they are often used, but there are three different names for hypocrisy, chicanery, and cowardice. Cute talking weasels. I hate them, okay? The professionals, the politicians, anyway, got to bring that up. Now, one thing I do like about Trump is he's kind of gruff. He just, the more he's pissing people off, the more I trust him. But he ain't gonna be able to change nothing because let me put it to you this way: if you had anybody in there that strong that can actually change the economy, what you just elected is a fascist dictator. Now, that's not saying something that I'm calling Trump a fascist, but I'm talking about if you could actually elect somebody that strong that they can, strong arm the economy and get it back. You're voting for fascism. We don't have that in this country, and I don't want it in this country. The wheels have already been set in motion for a total freaking collapse, and it's going to happen during the Trump administration. This is the New Jersey Devil, by the way, and you might as well consider that's exactly what's going on with the economy. The New Jersey Devil is out, and it's not going to. You're just not going to be able to change it, man. The genie's out of the bottle. The numbers are there already, showing how bad things are. It's not like we're in the freaking 1930s where we had the Great Depression, but once it gets to the point where the government can't provide assistance to people for like food assistance and all that type of stuff, or rent assistance, it's going to be way worse than the 1930s. Yeah, am I trying to scare people? No. I'm telling you the reality situation. Now, how do you get out of it? Roll up your sleeves, damn it. I'm serious, man. It's the only way around it. It's like any little thing you do makes a difference. It's like you just can't freaking conquer all the tasks you want to do all at once. But anything you do makes a difference. There's too many people freaking watching the boob tube all the time and all that stuff. But I'm just telling you that Trump is not going to be able to freaking change everything around. Now, also, I see something else coming up here. Besides, the old girl is trying to look under this guy's kilt. But I'm putting up these goofy pictures because, you know what? I don't like just putting up average stuff. I just put up wacky shit. But let me put it this way. It's not going to be able to change things drastically. One guy's not going to be able to change things drastically. Now, also look at it like this. It's almost like it reminds me of the military strategy. Let them think they're winning. In other words, how was the double envelopment tactic first started? In other words, the middle section of the lines caved in, let everybody, all the strongest troops, go forward. Then they got caught in the trap because the flanks closed around them. As a matter of fact, a lot of that stuff is being played out before, even with the Vietnam War. We got to fight communism, but then again, you're not going to be really allowed to fight communism. And it gets everybody, all the best and the brightest, and everybody to waste all their energy trying to do something when they're not really allowing you to do it. In other words, if everybody gets behind, say the whole country got behind Trump, and his big thing is make America great again, and we had the biggest stock market crash in our history during his administration, which I think they can easily do because I think it's all electronic fluff. Its PE ratios are way out of whack, price earnings ratios and stuff. You'll see all this missing capital happen, and if there's a rush to cash with the 3.5 times increase in creditary expansion since 2008, that can cause a systemic failure in the banking system. And that's not just some cute words I'm putting out to you. I'm putting out to you reality. September 28th, 2008, it was narrowly averted. If people start pulling out cash like again, hang it up. It's coming down. All you need is the big guys to do it. Systemic failure of the banking system. This can all happen, Dort. I think it's going to happen because everybody's getting, like the people that are resisting the socialist, I don't even want to, let's call it blatant communist crap that's coming on with the control freaks in this country. You're resisting that. They're getting behind Trump. Well, it's like everybody's joining forces, getting behind this one guy, and he'll be like the pinnacle leader. And it's like maybe he's not really the Pied Piper leading you into a trap, but maybe we're all being led into a trap. That's why you can't really focus too much on damn politics. You got to look at your own situation and do every little stupid thing you possibly can to be as independent as possible. I don't even care if it means, prepping little stuff with bags of rice and buying candles and big lighters or something to just get you by and invent some real crazy problem in this country. Anything you do like that makes a difference. Now, is that fear-mongering? Should you dwell on it? No. But I'm going to tell you right now that Trump is not going to be able to fix the deal, man. If he had the power to fix everything in the economy, he'd be a fascist dictator. I mean, by default, that's what that means. The president doesn't have that kind of power, and I don't want him to have that kind of power. You know, in times of emergency, people elect a dictator. They want a stronger dictator. You know, I'm not saying Trump's a dictator. I'm not saying Trump's a bad guy. I don't 110% trust the guy, but, you know, I also realize what the hell if he can actually fix everything, he would have to have dictatorial powers. So if he ain't gonna be able to fix everything. You know what I mean? You know, it's just the way it is. It's like the Jersey Devil, man. It's gonna come up out of the freaking woodwork, and you're gonna see the economy just come down, man, during this time. And it's actually, I think it's the people that are really run and keep the freaking crap going in the equities and all this type of stuff in electronic markets. They're going to deliberately crash it when Trump gets in office. Maybe not the day he gets in office, but it ain't going to be halfway through his administration. I can tell you that right now. It'll probably be in 2017 in the first year. And what's going to happen then? Everybody's going to be like that was Trump's enemies, and you'll also see this on the media. They're going to be saying, "See, we told you so. Oh yeah, we told you so." And the whole thing's just coming down, man. It is. It's like this shit. It's not. You can't elect somebody. Government's not function. It's not to freaking run the damn economy and provide for people. All right. I mean, it's simple 101. I like this John Adams quote. You know, the cuter they talk. Actually, this is really the way I interpret. The cuter they talk, the nicer they talk. You know, like Harry Reid of the Democratic Party. I hate that bastard, man. That's why that's why I come back at people doubly crude, because I realize when they're talking all cute like that, they're full of it. It's hypocrisy, chicanery, and cowardice. That's really what the hell they are. It's, you know, that's why I'll get crude like that, and that's why I really think Trump is pretty much okay, because he gets like that too. He doesn't like a phony, but he's not going to be able to fix the deal. I mean, he's going to try. But we're probably all getting led into a trap, man. And, you know, I'm not putting much faith in this stuff about, it's maybe not like I'm criticizing him, but, you know, make America great. That's what everybody's expecting. They're expecting better times. We're going to go into worse times when Trump gets in office. It's not like he's going to be able to fix everything. There's too many people out there got it in for him that are really running the show in the economy. So don't expect much. I mean, expect the worst. If he's 110% legit and he's trying to buck too many people, he's going to wind up like JFK. Now, actually, I got to tell you something else. You know, it's not even like people look at the government and they say, well, it's Hillary Clinton, Trump, and whatever, you know, or whatever. Or you go way back besides Loretta Lynch and James Comey, you got Janet Reno, right? Whatever. Now, it's not all that. It's all over. It's all over. It's in your local governments. It's all over. You know, one time, that's why I put out that video about the women's prison in called Lowell in Marion County, Florida. That's the largest women's prison in the entire country. You know, you don't see anybody on YouTube bitching about that much. It's all kinds of crap going on there. They'll get a video about some cop not wanting you to take his picture or some shit, or, you know, some stupid stuff like, I asked for his badge number and he wouldn't give it to me. I mean, come on, man. Learn about all the other stuff that's going on. There's a lot of stuff going on every day that's been going on for decades, and nobody's freaking doing a damn thing about it. It's not popular. That's the problem. You know, and maybe I'm going to try to make it popular, because that's the kind of stuff we can do something about. You know, really. Actually, I like to try to get Femin to go out to that Lowell prison and go out there and flash their boobs and bribe the guards and get the keys and have them all escape. Ha ha! That might be something. Anyway, we'll be in contact with them pretty soon, and I'll see what happens. I don't know. They ought to be doing that. But, yeah, I mean, the economy's coming out, man. It's like done. We're cooked. What do we produce in America? It's like a fraction of what we produced back in the 1950s. Now, was the 1950s like this wonderful freaking age of, you know, everything's fantastic everywhere? No, but everybody was working harder. That's why I just want to say, to emphasize on this video, it's like you're watching a video for, like, I don't know how long I went on this damn thing, but I'm telling you to just beware that this "Make America Great" is not going to work out. And it's not that I'm trying to be negative. It's just that it's a slogan. One guy's not going to be able to change the economy. If he was that strong, he'd be a fascist dictator. Not I'm not calling Trump a fascist dictator. Trump's probably got some bad things about him too, but he's definitely way better than anybody we had in decades. Um, you know, he's probably a little too pro-war in some ways, but nowhere near Hillary Clinton by a million miles. But it's I got my other plans. If I was running the show in this country, man, you'd see an executive order. I'd be releasing prisoners by the tens of thousands. And if the conservatives get all freaking pissed off about that, I'd say, well, you go to church and you figure out a way to freaking make things right, because that makes me like extreme liberal, right? In a lot of ways, I'm not I'm not in with either liberals or conservatives by any means. I can't stand either one of them, to tell you the truth, and I'm not a libertarian. I think politics is a bunch of bullcrap. Okay, that's why I didn't even watch this stupid debate. I don't think any schmo can get in a White House and freaking fix everything for me. I know, like, I got tools, I got stuff, I got ways I can build things, I got products I can even make and sell. And besides this BS accounting crap that I do a lot of times, I don't like the accounting because I don't like, it doesn't really make something per se. I used to like construction accounting, but let me tell you that, construction accounting wasn't so bad as pure accounting. Um, but let me just say that, this it's like you can't elect somebody and cause everything to be fair and square and fixed and everywhere around. Um, and another thing I like to point out, the elite are playing games with us, like with races and stuff. This one's this and this one's that ethnicity. I liked, when I did my DNA background. I mean, yeah, I've got 99%, 99 point something probably percent European. Um, but yeah, I got like 1% black, or maybe it's a fraction of 1% because I don't know if it's 100 how accurate that is. Mali, right? But even black people in this country, a lot of times they're between 10% European to 50% European, and they're black. But the government's got us all categorized in this all this little bullshit. You know what I mean? It'd be kind of funny if the government had to categorize everybody by exact DNA. It would kind of destroy their entire freaking BS divide and conquer stuff. Boy, I'd love to see that happen. And that's another game. The politics at the top is another game to pit us against each other too. And the people that are enemies of Trump, actually, I think are pretty much scumbags, to tell you the truth, right to the max. But they're going to look like they're going to be coming out in droves when his slogan, "Make America Great," doesn't happen. It's why I'm just kind of kicking back on this bullshit. I already know America's coming down, man. It's going down. It's going down the tubes. Obama's freaking made it that way. George Bush has made it that way. Bill Clinton's made it that way. H.W. Bush, and even Ronnie Reagan. And Johnson, and Ford, and Nixon. All of them. The only guy that I think was really making America great was JFK. Now, I'm not criticizing Trump so much because I think he'd be the best guy we ever had since JFK. But don't. It's all coming down, man. It's forget it. It's done. It's done. You know. So I mean, I don't want to put anybody get anybody down in the dumps about this shit. But the reality of the situation is, you got the opportunity right now to prepare for the future. And when the banks all go, which they are going to, we're going to have some of the biggest financial institutions in this country go belly up during the Trump presidency. And of course, the major media is going to blame it on him left and right. And if Hillary was in, I don't know if they try to extend it more and more, but I don't think it would even work out with her either, man. It's like, it's done. They're cooked. They're cooked. It's over with. So, just want to put this out here because the politics don't mean too much, okay? It's BS. But you do have to get serious about what your own situation is and how you're going to make it through probably the worst times. Well, maybe not the worst times, because when America was young, and we had a war between the states, or the War of Secession. But that was probably the worst time in the United States, period, by far. We still got through that. But it's going to be worse times than even your parents ever went through, and your grandparents probably. We're going to be going through worse times than in the 1930s Great Depression and World War II coming up. So you got the time to prepare for it. I know I do every little thing I can think of, but I don't like really get all bent out of shape about it. I'm just telling you, this guy Trump is not going to be able to fix anything, and when everything comes down, man, the enemies of America are going to be coming out of the woodwork saying, "Yeah, I told you Trump is going to be." Shit, whatever. I don't. That's why in a lot of ways I almost don't give a rat's ass if he wins or not. Tell you the truth, if Hillary won, I mean, I know, like even the Google CEO, he's all for Hillary and all that. These people are stupid, man. I'm going to tell you right now. They live in a little freaking ivory tower. Just like even our politicians. I know now I'm going too long on this damn thing, but just like our politicians, they're, like the Clintons especially, they're totally geared on elections and getting elected, getting elected, getting elected. You know what? They could be getting elected, and at the same time, they're allowing themselves to be open to foreign powers that knock them right out of office, like literally. I'm serious. That's stupid. And, all the people around them are just a bunch of kiss asses like the Secret Service and the FBI. Oh, by the way, if Hillary wins, one reason we'd probably really go down bad is that 2,000 members, allegedly, of the FBI would resign. They just leave. They quit. I would. I mean, if I was in the FBI, I'd say, see ya. I'd be gone, man. If she won, I'd be gone. Probably the Secret Service would be, too. So, maybe she possibly could win by some crookery or some shit. But either way, we're going down, man. We're going down. The only way to make America great is not through electing a strong leader. It's by us doing the shit. And us not freaking being fooled by the yo-yos on the top, which I am not. I could pick up on their bullshit all the time. So, long video, more of like, and I'm not trying to put out a doom and gloom here. I'm just telling you the reality situation, man. It's gonna be pretty damn bad what's coming up. And I'm not trying to scare anybody, okay? I'm telling you, it's facts. If you just, I don't want to put out any of these charts out here, but if you Google like employment participation rate, it's one. If it's the real thing, it's the real unemployment numbers. You Google the credit expansion, individual. Consumer saving, average consumer savings, consumer retail spendings. That's all down, right? Obviously about the U.S. national debt going higher and higher. It's done. It's over with, man. And actually beyond that, there's a lot of countries in this world and a lot of peoples in this world that are actually turning against America. We used to be the ones that every day looked up to. They don't like us anymore, man, because of all these evil creeps that we had in the White House for so many years, whether they're Republican or Democrat. So it's coming down, man, one way or the other. Just telling you right now, right? Over and out.